Hi, it's Auntie Kenny, and today we're going to make a dress. Now, if you are not a little girl toddler, you are not the audience, but you feel free to watch. Okay, so we're going to use this as part of the dress for the top. It's got cutesy little hearts on it in different colors. And then for the bottom of the dress, we're going to use this pink fabric that also has hearts on it. I think it's going to be so cute together. So excited. It's going to be a big, loopy princess skirt. It's going to be fabulous for twirling. So first we need the pattern pieces. So my pattern pieces tell me how to cut out the top. This is the top, front, and this is the back. And it's going to tell me what shape to make, how to cut it out. Let me move my sewing machine over. So I've got my top fabric, the hearts. We're going to put it down on these pieces. I'm going to use my pins here to hold it in place. So when I cut it out, I cut out the right shape and I don't make any mistakes. I don't cut it all wonky. So we're just going to pin it. Onto our fabric. Now I can cut it out and I won't make any mistakes. I have my back pieces all cut out and my front pieces all cut out using my pattern. So now I can take the pins out and I just have my pattern pieces left. Took out the pins and now I have the front of the dress. Isn't that so cool? Or you use your template and put it on fabric and cut it out and it makes the shape you need for your dress. So there's all the hearts. It's too small for me, but it'll fit one of y'all. And then here's the back pieces. So they're not connected in the middle because we have to add a zipper so that we can get it on your body. Because without a zipper, it's too small. It just gets stuck on your head. And that would not be good. We would all be very sad about that, myself included. Okay, so we're going to take our pieces and now we're going to sew them together. So we're going to take the front piece and we're going to put a back piece on it with the pretty fabrics together. We're going to pin it up here on the sleeve, right here on your shoulder. We're going to pin them together so that when I sew it, it doesn't wiggle out of place. It stays where it's supposed to. And we're going to do it to the other side. We're going to put them together. And we're going to pin them. So now we have the back is pinned to the front at the shoulder seams, right? See it? Okay. So now I need to pull out my machine because we're going to sew it together. Okay, so I have my machine plugged in. Ta-da! And we're going to use it and we're going to sew those seams that we just pinned. So this is a seam where the two fabrics come together. It's called a seam. We're going to sew it. We go all the way down. And then we go. And then when we take our pins out, it's attached. See? We sewed it together. Now I have to do that for the other side. So my ironing board is on the floor. Isn't that silly? This is just where I like to keep it, on the floor, right here. I made this. Papa helped me make this. So you have your pieces and you have to give them a good iron after you've sewn your seam. So we sewed the shoulder, we're gonna iron it because it makes it look nice and pretty. So we have to be sure to iron. It makes it nice and crisp. and pretty. One shoulder, and then the other shoulder. We're going to turn it over and we're going to iron the other side. I didn't turn it on. I forgot to turn it on. No wonder it's not working. I was like, my seams aren't nice and pretty. Why are they looking like that? Because I didn't turn the iron on. Silly auntie forgot to turn it on. There we go, nice and hot. Okie dokie, so we have our pieces ironed, ready to go. So we're gonna pin them around the neckline. So the neckline is what's here, because this is your neck. So it goes what's around your neck. So we're gonna pin them together on the shoulder seam. So right here, when we sewed up there, and we're gonna pin it all the way around the neckline. So it goes in the front, all the way to the back. We're going to pin it. Okay, so we pinned all the way around the neckline. And see, this is going to go right here on the neck, which is why it's called the neckline. It goes all the way around here. So we're going to go ahead and sew that now. Sew the outside. We did the neckline. It goes all the way around. We sewed that. Remember, we did all the way around. Before we did the blah, 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 blah. And then we got distracted with the blah, 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 blah. So now we got to focus. So now we have to sew the shoulders right here. So on the first shoulder, we're going to do it normal. The second shoulder is a fancy trick called burrito, the burrito method. Isn't that silly? Like a burrito. Have you eaten a burrito? That's called the burrito method. But the first one, we're just going to sew like normal. So we're going to pin it all the way down so our pieces don't go wiggle-waggy. You know, sometimes they go wiggle-wagging and you're not thinking about it and they just go. So we got to pin it so that doesn't happen. Okay, so we pinned it all along. And this is going to go on your shoulder. It's like your arm. Your arm goes in it. Sewed the shoulder, and we're going to turn it inside out because this is not the pretty side. This is not the side we want to see. This is the side we want to see. So we're going to turn it inside out. And we're going to pull it all the way. Come on, stop being finicky. See, because here's your shoulder. Isn't it starting to look like a shirt? It's going to be a dress. Isn't it starting to look like a dress? There's your shoulder, there's the front, there's the back. Okay, so the other side though, we're going to do what's called the burrito. So we have this one's already sewn and this one's still open. We're going to put this one inside this one and then pin it. So it's like trapped on the inside. But when we open it, it's going to be all nice and pretty and sewn. Just keep pinning, just keep pinning. What do you do when you're feeling sad? Just keep pinning, just keep pinning. Okay, so we got it pinned all the way around. And so we sewed it, but this doesn't look like a shirt anymore. It was looking like a shirt, and now it looks crazy. But we take it and we pull out part of it, and then we do the same thing, and we like tuck it. We have that tricky part where we have to find it and wiggle it out. And look there. Now we have what looks like a shirt again. And both sides, they're all nice and pretty, so all the seams are hidden. Okay, I'm gonna go iron this. Ta-da! This is why we iron. Look how pretty it is now. So this is the front, and that's the back, but they're not connected yet. They're kind of like butterfly wings, so we need to connect them, right? here. This is the part we're working on now. So we have the front and the back, and we're going to connect them on the side, right, like that. We're going to open it up and split. So we're going to pin it, because we always have to pin it. And we're going to pin it there, pin it there, pin it there, and then we have two sides, because we have two parts right here. Underarm, side chest. I don't know what this is called. I don't know the word for this. Ask your mother. Ask your mama. She's smart. Monkey doesn't know the word for things. And then we're going to sew or pin. See, I can't even remember my words. I keep saying the wrong thing. My brain's being a silly goose today. Silly goose brain today. Okay, so we pinned it. Now we're going to sew it. And look what we have now. It is all attached. Is it starting to look like a dress now? It's all attached, but it's kind of wonky. It's kind of wonky, so I need to iron it. We iron it so it doesn't look wonky. We want it to look pretty, not wonky. No wonky donkeys. Okay. See, now it looks all nice and pretty. And the armpit area, arm chest part. Okay, so this is done for now. Because now we need to make the skirt part of the dress, the big flowy part. Have our skirt part ironed. We need to cut out two rectangles. So one rectangle for the front and one rectangle for the back. Let's see. We're going to fold it in half like this. And we're just going to eyeball it. That means we're not going to use a ruler. We're just going to guess and hope for good things. Typically that works out pretty good. Sometimes though you do need to use a ruler, but I don't need one today. I'm just gonna cut off this part because it's not a straight line. It's wavy. You see how like this piece is big and this piece is small, so we're gonna cut it off to make it straight. Go juice. And then, how long do I want the skirt to be? I think this is a good length. Okay, so here's our skirt. Look how pretty. So we made rectangles that we're going to sew together. So here's our rectangle for the skirt. Now this is way too big. Way too big. That's too big even for Auntie. So we're going to use what's called a gathering stitch to make it all squish. It goes squish and it goes fluffy and it goes nice and pretty. Nice and pretty gathered and all voluminous. So it makes a really good twirling skirt. But first we have to sew down the sides. So I'm going to take my side pieces, my two pieces, and I'm going to attach them on the side. And we're going to pin all the way down. So now we have a giant tube. You see how we sewed it all together and it makes like a giant tube? But we have to have a hole in the back. Remember our top has a hole in the back for the zipper. We need a hole in the back of the skirt. You see there's a hole in the back for the zipper. You got the front and the two back pieces aren't connected yet. So we have to do the same thing to the skirt. So we're going to go down this line We're gonna eyeball it again. I really like eyeballing things, but I've had a lot of time to practice eyeballing. Be very careful because scissors are sharp, and once I cut it, I can't uncut it. You can't uncut fabric. I'm gonna close them because safety first. Okay, so we're gonna learn a new word. It's called basting. Basting is when your stitches are really far apart, so when you pull them, the threads move all the fabric together to make gathers, which is what we're going to do on this skirt. I'm going to put my machine to where it makes big stitches, and then I'm going to do 2 lines of big stitches. So I did my basting stitches. You see there's 2 stitch lines here. So you got 1 and 2 all the way, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to take 2 of the strings, and it just gathers. You pull the strings and it makes the fabric go. It makes it all gather together. Look at there. Isn't that pretty? It makes a big rectangle go small. Isn't that so much fun? There it is. Trying to find the string. It was tricking me. Look how small it is now. It was so big and now it's little. Remember, it was like huge and now it's a little bitty because we gathered it. And it now will fit on the top. So we're going to take the top and lay it down so I don't get confused. And we're going to make them match up so the side pieces go together. And we're going to put a pin there. Too small. You see it doesn't fit. There's too much of this. All we got to do is just move it down. And it pulls the gathers and it makes it fit however big you need it. See, now it fits. Now it's the same. All pinned together. So we have the dress and the top. We have the top that we made and the skirt pinned together so that when it's all done, it'll be one piece. But we got to go all the way around. Let me pin that. So we've pinned it all the way around. See here with our pins so it stays in place. We are so close to having a dress done. Isn't it so cute? Okay, so we have to sew this on the inside so that the top and the skirt will be attached to make a dress. Let's sew it real quick. Sew it. And then we have to add the zipper and hem it, and we're all done. That's like 2 more steps. Easy peasy. So when I sit here and sew, Winifred likes to nap on the couch behind me. Look at all her toys she's collected. She's got her bunny and a bone and her ball. And she just sits here and takes a nap. She loves it. This is her favorite room in the whole house because she has a big old couch to sleep on. I'm going to use a black zipper, which is fine because you can't see it once you have it in there. Like, you can't tell. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Oh, it's actually a brown zipper. So we're gonna pin the zipper in place. The zipper's pinned into place, and now I'm gonna go sew it. But on this side, you can't tell. Isn't that nice and pretty? We have a working zipper. And you can zip it, put it on, and you just zip it back up. Okay, so all that's left is to hem the bottom. So the hemming is just where you fold the bottom under so the bottom's nice and pretty. So we're going to do that once with just, so I serged it. So this is the serging thing, kind of like a wavy, different machine, and it makes the edges nice and pretty so they don't fall apart. Because we don't want to put all this work into a dress and then it fall apart when you wash it. That would be no bueno. Be no good. I got my Doohickey tool. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a fancy ruler with a little slider. And we're going to do a 3-inch hem all the way around the skirt. So we're going to put it on this blue thing on the number 3. Maybe with on the 3 this way. And so we're going to take the skirt and fold it until it touches the 3. And we're going to put a pin in there. We're going to move it down, fold it till it touches the 3. We're going to put a pin there, and we're going to do that all the way around. It's pinned all the way around, and see it made the dress a little bit shorter, so it's not as long. And then once you get taller, we can take it out. It's 3. That's 3 inches is a lot to be able to just work with. Okay. You see Winifred back there? She's napping. Hello, baby girl. Oh, hello. She says hello. You say hello. You say hello. Come on up. Come on. Oh, she's so tired. She's just so sleepy. Come on up. Come on up. There she is. Say hello, Winfrey. Say hello. You're sleeping. Okay, you can go sleep. Go to her. Go to her. She just wants to be here. Okay, I think we're going to go with the wavy line today. All right, all we got to do is sew the hem where we just pinned all the way around, and our dress is done. So fun. See the wiggle line right there? Kind of hard to see the wiggle line. And just like that, the dress is done. So cute. Square neckline and the invisible zipper in the back, and it says love, 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 love across it. Anyways, this is the final dress. It's down here. She says it's time to go for a walk, so we're gonna go. I hope you enjoyed watching. I love you. Bye.